Hey guys, I'm going to show you how to make Haitian fried chicken. For the Haitian fried chicken, I am going to use drumstick. I literally bought a pack of drumstick. It has about 10 in it. And what I did was I took the skin off. I don't know if you could tell. I took all the skins off, and I also took off the big vein that run along the chicken leg. So the way that we clean our chicken, we use lemon, we use vinegar, and we use salt. And this is the base on how we clean the chicken to take all the bacteria out of it. And also it's really a prep for the seasoning. But this is how we're going to wash the chicken, clean it, and after we finish washing the chicken and cleaning it with the lemon, the salt, and the vinegar, we are going to let it sit for 15 to 20 minutes. I know some people, they like to let it sit for more, but I find that it is a chicken leg, 15 to 20 minutes is enough time. So we are going to let it marinate in those ingredients, and then we are going to wash it with cold water, and then we're going to wash it with very hot water. So I literally have a pot of hot water on the stove already, waiting for the chicken to be finished with the pre-seasoning and the pre-cold wash, and then we wash it with the hot water. So let's start. This I have 4. So I'm cutting my lemon in half, and then I am going to give it a good squeeze. So literally I am squeezing the lemon, and I am going to take the chicken, and you're going to literally pass the lemon on every chicken. This is how we start to pre-clean the chicken. Lemon juice. Make sure that I squeeze all of them, because my hands have chicken juice in it. Let me wash my hands prior to touching the salt. What I should have done, I should have put the salt first prior to touching the chicken, but I'm just going to sprinkle some salt on the chicken. And then I have my white vinegar, and I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of white vinegar, not too much, because you do not want to put too much acid in it. This is how we wash the chicken and clean it, get all the bacteria out of it. In this process, we are going to let the chicken sit for 15 to 20 minutes in this lemon juice, vinegar, and salt. And when we come back, we will be washing it with cold water, and then we'll give it the very, very, very hot bath. And then after the very hot bath, we will be seasoning our chicken. So I removed the lemons. So the chicken has been sitting in the marinade of lemon, salt, and vinegar. So it's been about 15 to 20 minutes. So what I'm about to do right now, I'm about to wash it in some very cold water to get rid of all the acid and the salt. I'll wash it about twice. The next part, I have a pot of very hot water. So we wash the chicken 3 times. We do twice cold water, and then a very, very hot water bath. So this is what the chicken looks like in the hot water bath. I just always make sure all of it. And then we are going to remove the chicken and put it in the pot. Next, I'm going to show you guys what I am going to use to season the chicken. So I have finished washing the chicken with the hot bath. And remember guys, since we were dealing with poultry, make sure that you clean your sink and all the other materials that you are using. Make sure you give it a good wash with soap and disinfect the sink very well, and also wash your hands. I've done all that already. So now I'm going to show you guys what I am going to use to season the chicken. So I am going to make a blend, a marinade. We call it épices in our language, in Creole it's épices. So basically what it is a blend of herbs that we use to marinate the chicken. So I am using parsley, I am using onion, garlic, green pepper, habanero pepper, parsley, and green onion. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to clean all these things, and then you can either, to blend it, you can either use a NutriBullet. I use my NutriBullet, or you could use a blender, either or if you have a food processor. So you could use either or, either one of those three to blend the marinade for the chicken. So this is what I'm about to do, and we'll be right back. So I washed and cut all the herbs that I showed you guys, and I just put them in my NutriBullet. So this is what it looks like. And what I'm blending it with, I am using a little bit of canola oil. You can use whatever oil you have in hand. You could use olive oil, you could use vegetable oil, whichever type of oil you would prefer. So this is what the épices look like after it's all chopped and cut. So now I'm going to close it up and then use the NutriBullet to blend it all together. So this is what the épices look like, the marinade. So you could tell it's all blend very nicely. So this is the chicken, right? So we had already pre-washed it in lemon juice, salt, and vinegar. We gave it the cold bath, and then we gave it a very hot bath. So I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to season the chicken. So number one ingredient, you have to have épices. I mean, this is the base ingredient for all poultry, any meat that we are doing in our cuisine. We have to have épices. That's something that you can even blend. Depending on how much you make, you can save it. Actually, I'm not going to use all of that, so I'm going to put it in a mason jar and put it in the fridge once I'm done. Or you could make much more. You could make it and save it for weeks. So what I'm going to be using, not only I'm using the épices, I'm using a little bit of Arabian salt. I'm using chicken bouillon. I know a lot of a lot of the Haitian cuisine, you'll find Maggi, which is also chicken bouillon. I just bought a different version of it. I'm using Mrs. Dash. I swear by it. I don't know why. I'm using two different type of Mrs. Dash. I am using the original seasoning, and I'm using the onion and herb seasoning. I'm also using a little bit of garlic powder, and I like cayenne pepper to give it a little extra kick, but my kids, they are not too fond of the extra spice kick. So since they will be eating from that, I'm going to leave this one out. And then I'm going to use a little bit of canola oil and then some tomato sauce. So I'm going to be super generous. So don't be afraid, because you need that épice. You need it to season the chicken. One thing I recommend, let's say if you know you are making chicken or whatever, you can season it at night and then put it in the fridge or let's say if you are cooking tomorrow, you could do your seasoning at nighttime, and then you'll give the chicken some time for the marinade to really penetrate. So now I'm going to put 1 pack of chicken bouillon, or if you have Maggi, it's the same thing, except the chicken bouillon is the herb box is the brand that I like. So I'm going to put 1 packet. Then I'm going to put a little bit of garlic powder. Not too much, since remember, we also have garlic in the épices, in the marinade, so we don't want to overkill it. A little bit of the original Mrs. Dash, a little bit of the onion herb, and I'm going to put a little bit of the Larry salt just to keep it a little thick. So then I'm going to add my oil. Do not put too much oil. And then I'm going to add, I also use tomato paste if you want. I know a lot of the Haitian household, they do use tomato paste. So what I'm going to do, I'm using my hand, and of course after I'm done I have to go wash it really well because you know poultry. So I am literally getting all the seasoning even out. It looks so good and it smells so good because you could smell all the herb. And then this is how we are going to cook the chicken. We are going to let it cook. We are not going to add water whatsoever. The chicken going to get cooked in the seasoned blend. You can even add a little bit more salt. If you feel as though you did not put enough salt when you were doing the pre-wash, I felt as though I put enough salt, and also the Larry seasoned salt, going to give some salt in the chicken herb box. So I'm not going to add any more salt, but what I'm going to add a little bit more of the tomato sauce. So here we are, the chicken is ready to go on the stove. I am going to cook it for, I want to say 30 minutes. And remember that chicken, this is how we prep for the chicken to be fried. We do not fry our chicken raw. We let it cook in herb blend first and then fry it. So this is going to be on the stove for less than 30 minutes because it's drumstick and it will be cooked very fast. We'll put it on medium, and I am adding additional seasoning. I am adding in a habanero pepper and some parsley on top of the chicken, and then I'm going to cover it, and this is going to go on the stove. So look guys, the chicken is ready. Look how beautiful it is. You can look at all the spices. I add any water. The chicken got cooked in the marinade, or like we say in Haitian, in Creole, épices. So that's what it got cooked in. So now the chicken is ready to be fried. So I removed the chicken from the pot. So this is what it looks like. See all the spices. Now we are about to fry that chicken. Because remember, as Haitians, when we make fried chicken, we cook it first. We do not make our fried chicken raw. So I am adding, so I have a pot on the stove and I'm using canola oil. You could use whatever oil. I mean, you could use canola, vegetable oil, peanut oil, whichever oil suits you. Me, I'm using canola. And I put about 2 cups, I want to say. And then we are going to fry the chicken lightly. We're not going to let it burn. We're just going to let it get some crust, fried crust on top of it, and then take it out. And one thing I have to tell you guys, so that chicken literally cooked for what, 25 minutes. 25 minutes and it was ready when I put it on the stove. So you could tell my oil is warm. Look at it. because I don't want to put my chicken in cold oil. I'm going to dip the stone. You see, if you dip your stone, you can tell if your oil is hot. So here we go. I put about 5 pieces at a time. So here you have it, fried chicken, Haitian fried chicken. So we fried it for about, I want to say 3 minutes, and then look how crispy it came out. So this recipe, very easy to make, a little bit of patience because there's quite a few steps that you have to go through, and be patient, and then it comes out so tasty. In my next video, I will show you guys what you can eat with the Haitian fried chicken and how to make them. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button below and leave a comment if you have any questions.